HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right. ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey folks, Matthew Bivens here, and because you're listening to this show, I know that you want to have the most extraordinary life possible. I'm talking about a life with purpose, where you do meaningful work, have fulfilling relationships, and feel healthy and thriving. But many times, having all of that doesn't seem possible. You have the happy career, but you are lacking in health. You have meaningful relationships, but you feel lost and without purpose. Well, now there's a way for you to see exactly how you stack up in the most important areas of your life so that you can accelerate your self-growth and truly live the life of your dreams. Using my free tool, the Abundance Benchmark, you will gain deep and valuable insight into 6 essential areas of life. It's absolutely free, and you can get yours right now at www.matthewbivens.com. I know this stuff is super important to you, so don't put off your personal development any longer. Grab the free Abundance Benchmark and get to having it all. Welcome to Having It All. My name is Matthew Bivens, and each week I bring you conversations and insights that explore the question, what does having it all mean to you? My goal is to leave you with stories you can relate to and messages you can take action on so that you can create an abundant, loving life. I am so excited that you're here to hang out with me today. Now, let's jump right into this episode. Today's episode is very relatable to me personally because I'm going to be talking about why people keep falling off of track. Now, that can be with different types of goals you have in your life. It can be with your personal development goals, your business goals, your financial goals, fitness goals, health goals, whatever it is. If you've experienced starting and stopping, getting on track, falling off track, if you've experienced the ups and downs that a lot of us have when it comes to knocking these things off and completing our goals, then this episode is going to be particularly relevant and helpful to you. And this episode is actually inspired by a blog article that I read over the weekend. I was doing a little bit of research for my wife's brand, Back to Complete, and I was reading some articles on the website Mind Body Green, which if you haven't heard of Mind Body Green, I totally recommend checking it out. If you just got some amazing content on health and wellness and holistic living and all that great stuff. So I came across this article. It's called The One Sentence That Finally Inspired Me to Lose 70 Pounds. And it piqued my interest. By the way, I'm going to put a link to this article in the show notes. So if you're by your computer or if you're on your phone, you can check out the show notes on firesidenetwork.com. Find this episode, and in there you'll be able to see the show notes and the link to this article. So again, the article was called The One Sentence That Finally Inspired Me to Lose 70 Pounds. And for obvious reasons, I was attracted to it. I love articles and content that it says the one thing, the one secret, the one habit, the one, epic fail that, if you do this, you can avoid it. I'm always interested to see what people claim is the one thing. And so I think I enter those, I look at those pieces of content with a bit of skepticism. So I opened this blog article and started reading. And when I got to the one thing, I completely agreed. And I completely agreed because I think it's this one thing that the author talks about. His name is Stephen. Oh, I'm going to mess his last name up. Stephen Moegling, Moegling. Stephen, I apologize for butchering your last name, but Stephen Moegling, that's what I'm going to go with. I totally agreed with what he said because it goes back to the whole topic of this episode, which is falling off track and starting and stopping and how you can prevent that.
HelloFresh takes the guesswork and the extra hassle out of planning and preparing delicious meals for dinner. America's #1 meal kit, HelloFresh gives you over 40 recipes to choose from each week. And then your farm-fresh, pre-portioned seasonal ingredients arrive at your doorstep with simple instructions to help you feel like the master chef of your kitchen. And did you know that HelloFresh is cheaper than grocery shopping and 25% less expensive than takeout? HelloFresh has been an awesome addition to our household's dinner routine. We all get involved and cook together, following the pictured step-by-step instructions. It's a fun quality time and the meals are delicious. Give it a try and see for yourself. Go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall for 50% off plus free shipping. Again, to get 50% off plus free shipping, go to HelloFresh.com/50havingitall and use code 50havingitall.
Attention Kroger shoppers, did you know there's a world of innovative services and patient care right in store? It's where an award-winning pharmacy and nationally recognized care come together. Connect with one of our licensed pharmacists today at your local Kroger and experience the care you and your family deserve. Kroger Health, a world of care is in store. Services and availability vary by location. Age and other restrictions may apply. For coverage, consult your health insurance company. Visit the pharmacy or our site for details.
So, if you read the article, I am going to give you a spoiler alert because I'm going to tell you what the one thing is. But for Stephen, basically, he was 70 pounds overweight. He was 35 years old, looking at his life and thinking, my best years can't be behind me. You know, my best years of health can't be back in my early 30s and in my 20s. I'm young and I feel like I should be healthier, be more vibrant, have more energy, be happier about myself and about my life. And he was having a hard time, changing his weight, shifting his habits, just overall getting to the place where he felt really in love with himself and how he looked and how he felt. It was very challenging for him. And he kept hitting his head against the wall and nothing was working until he had a thought that shifted everything. And the thought for Stephen, the thought or the sentence that inspired him to lose 70 pounds and really shift his life was, I deserve to live well and be well. Again, the thought was, I deserve to live well and be well. And for Stephen, that thought, that idea, that reality, when he really bought into it, and he said, you know what, damn it, I do deserve to live well and be well, everything shifted. And, his life went on a different trajectory, and he was able to, shed the weight and feel better about himself and really just open up his life to more peace and health and happiness because he adopted something that was bigger than his health and fitness for his health and fitness. And so that concept was first introduced to me by my coach, Day Adioba. And, at the Your Day Playground, the gym that I go to, he always talks about have something bigger than your health and fitness for your health and fitness. Otherwise, you aren't going to hit your goals. Otherwise, you're going to start and stop and just sort of sputter through your health and fitness experience and through life itself. And so for Stephen, again, his bigger reason, his big why for, why he wanted to lose the weight, why he wanted to be healthy, why he wanted to be happy is because he deserved it. His big why was that he deserved to live well. He deserved to be well. And so that, Having that big why really helped fuel him and move him towards that state of truly living well and being well. Because inevitably along his journey, he hit roadblocks. He probably had days where he just wanted to eat every piece of sugar and bread that in his line of sight. He just wanted to go in the grocery store and just eat it all. And maybe he did. Maybe he fell off once or twice. However, he was able to get back on because he had a bigger reason, right? He had something bigger that he was playing for in his life, and that was to live well and to be well. And so that's what keeps us on track, getting back onto track when we fall off track. That's what keeps us from starting and stopping the different things that we do in life. And this isn't just only for health and fitness goals. Like I said, if you have whatever goal, whatever it is you're playing for, whether it's something with your family or finances or a new career or an adventure you want to take or whatever, relationship things, whatever, having a reason that's bigger than that thing is going to help you to just keep moving. It's going to help you have that grit that you need to get through the times when things aren't easy. When it actually becomes challenging, because whatever goal you're playing for, in this case, let's just choose a health and fitness goal, losing 70 pounds. Some days are going to be easy. You're going to wake up, you're going to feel energized, you're going to be like, yeah, I'm going to go work out today. I feel great. I'm totally cool with eating a salad for lunch. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be so simple for you. But then you are definitely going to have those days when it's not. Those days when everything feels like it's going against you. Those days when you're driving in your car and you roll down your window and you smell McDonald's and you're like, oh my gosh, even the air is against me today. It's in those moments when you fall back on that bigger reason, that bigger why, that's going to get you through and move you through. I have a buddy, and my buddy is a doctor, and it was fascinating because I was talking to him a couple weeks ago. I was over visiting him where he lives. And he was telling me that once he accomplished his goal, the thing that he set out to do with being a doctor, he was no longer motivated. And that hit me. I'm like, wow. And for him, his big motivation was to pay off his student loans, to pay off his loans. He wanted to be able to get rid of all of his debt and build a nice little nest egg for himself. And he was able to accomplish that before he turned 30. And so now he's like, I did those things that I wanted to do. It was motivating me to put in the long hours, put in the long schooling, go through all of that. That's what was motivating him to do it. And then when he achieved it, now he's like, well, what do I do now? I no longer enjoy getting up to go do this job. I no longer enjoy putting in these long hours. I no longer enjoy my commute. And his prospect, the potential of continuing in this career does not sound like fun to him. And it's because of the why. The reason for getting in it in the first place wasn't big enough. It wasn't big enough. So once he hit it, there was nothing else for him to fuel him, to move him through those moments when it gets tough and challenging. It's like if we have a health and fitness goal, let's say it's to lose 10 pounds so that I look great on the beach, right? It's spring break time or it's summertime and I want to look great in my bikini or my bathing suit, and I want my abs to show a little bit. So that's your motivating reason for getting into shape. Well, what do you think happens once you achieve that? You go backwards. Because the reason for doing it wasn't big enough to keep you moving forward. It wasn't like Stephen's goal of deserving to live well and be well. So my buddy had a goal like that with his job, with his career. His goal was to pay off those student loans. His goal was to build up the next nest egg. And when he did, it's like, okay, I got nothing else with this thing that I'm into, this career, this job. And so now he's out searching for the next thing, trying to figure out what he wants to get into next, exploring new hobbies and new interests and in developing new skills. And, for him, it's a bit intimidating. It's a bit scary to be, quote unquote, starting over He's a young guy, like I said, he's not even 30 yet, but it's still that scary thing. Like, well, what did I just spend all these years doing this for? Just to make a few dollars, and now I'm left with what? And so a lot of times when we are thinking about our big reason, the big reason for quote unquote turning things around or finally getting on track, we believe that we have to have a breakdown. In this show, I often use the phrase, breakdown leads to breakthrough. And for many of us, we feel like we have to have a breakdown in order to experience some sort of shift that then leads into a breakthrough. In the Mind Body Green article, Stephen calls it hitting rock bottom. Feeling like you have to hit rock bottom, and then once you do that, then you'll have that big aha moment, that big transformation moment, and you can begin on a new trajectory. Well, I'm telling you that that's a belief, and it doesn't have to be that way. You can set yourself up for the experience that you want. You can set yourself up for success right from the beginning. And you can do that by creating a big why for yourself, creating some sort of bigger reason why you're doing or getting into the thing that you're getting into. Again, like Stephen's big why, to live well and to be well. And so if you're like me, if you've experienced the starting and the stopping, if you've experienced falling off track and having to talk yourself into getting back on, if you've experienced all of that stuff, then I recommend really putting some thought, some energy, some time behind thinking about what your big why is, what your big reason is. Because I can say from experience, once you have that big reason, everything just seems to fall into place. It's easier to get up and do the little parts of a task that you really don't enjoy because you know that bigger thing that you're playing for. It makes those challenging days less challenging. For example, I went, 25 years of my life before I had even heard of a personal mission statement, excuse me. So for 25 years, I would start and stop. I would fall off track, get down on myself, judge myself, say things like, gosh, I can't even keep up the simple habit of fill in the blank. I did that for 25 years until someone told me about a personal mission statement. And it was actually the employer that I started working for. And they were like, yeah, we all have personal mission statements. That's one of the first things that you're going to do when you work with us.
Breast milk science. It's a thing. And it's our thing. We're ByHeart. We're an infant formula company on a mission to get a lot closer to the most super food on the planet, breast milk. Our patented protein blend has more of the important and most abundant proteins found in breast milk. We're the first and only U.S.-made formula to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, not skim. We make our formula in our own factories in Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, using a small batch manufacturing process that works to preserve the integrity of our ingredients. We ran the largest clinical trial by a new infant formula company in 25 years, and clinically proved benefits like easier digestion, less gas, and softer poops versus a leading infant formula. We were the first infant formula company to earn the Clean Label Project Purity Award. And while we've put a lot into ByHeart, there's a long list of things you won't see on our ingredient list, like no corn syrup, no maltodextrin, no GMO ingredients, no soy, no palm oil. ByHeart, a better formula for formula. Learn more at byheart.com.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. It's a thing. And now the truth is out there. I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free anytime, anywhere. And each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
And so I started to create a mission statement and I started to really think about, well, what is my big reason? What's my big reason why I'm doing this or anything else? And I put in that time, and it wasn't an overnight thing. It took a little while for me to figure out what to put in my mission statement, because a mission statement is very intentional. It's something that you want to be very intentional about the wording and everything you put in there. But for me, once I had it, well, now I had something to help me keep going. Now I had something to help when I needed a little bit of grit, when I needed some perseverance, when I needed to dig down deep and see what I was made of. I had something bigger that I was playing for to say, okay, Matthew, this is what you're playing for. So right now you might not feel like doing it. Right now you might feel like giving up and stopping and just pushing it off to the side. But you said you were playing for this big thing. So that means you got to move through what you're about to face. And it has absolutely helped in just about every situation when I've wanted to stop, when I felt like I was about to fall off track, or maybe when I did fall off track and I felt like, you know what, I'm not really interested in getting back on. So having that personal mission statement is going to help you get back on track. It's going to help you prevent the stopping and the starting and the stalling and all of that stuff. So I have another podcast episode where it's all about mission statements. I totally recommend you check it out. The name of that episode is Why Personal Mission Statements Are the Most Powerful Way to Uncover Your Direction and Path. And I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes as well. So go check it out. It ties in directly with this concept of the starting and the stopping and having one big reason why you do something. Think about Stephen and his big reason, I deserve to live well and be well, and how just that statement shifted everything. And now for him, when he wakes up and he's experiencing a rough day or something's not going his way or something unexpected hits him, he can be like, you know what? I deserve to live well and be well. And he can say that to himself and remind himself, and then boom, the energy shifts, and now he can continue going forward. So think about it for yourself. Think about your big why. Develop a personal mission statement. Listen to the episode. Get all the tips and the great stuff out of it. I believe I have a special guest on that episode. I think I do. And if you have a mission statement, I would love to hear it. That'd be so cool. You can shoot me a message and share your personal mission statement with me. And I would just love to hear what yours is. So to do that, just go to MatthewBivens.com, click on the contact tab and send me a note. And if you're enjoying this podcast, if you like this episode, if you got something cool from it, I would really, really appreciate a review. So you can leave a review on iTunes, on Stitcher and Google Play. I believe Stitcher and Google Play do reviews. I know iTunes does. And that would be awesome. That'd be great. And then if you feel like subscribing, you can subscribe again through iTunes, through Stitcher, through Google Play Music, and probably most of the other podcast services out there you can find the show on. And the home of the show, again, Fireside Network. That's where all the episodes live. That's firesidenetwork.com. So you can go there, click on our show. You'll have all the episodes that we've done and the show notes for each and every episode. And with that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for coming and hanging out with me. This was a shorter one today, and I plan on doing some more shorter episodes in the future. I received some feedback from listeners that they like a mix of long and short, so I'm going to work on creating that for you. And thanks so much for hanging out with me. My name is Matthew Bivens, and here is to you having it all. 2 quick things before you leave. First, did you know that the Having It All podcast is a part of the Fireside Network? Yep, we are one of the esteemed shows that calls Fireside Network home. That means if you ever want to listen to a show outside of iTunes or Stitcher or whatever your favorite podcasting app is, all you need to do is visit firesidenetwork.com and under shows, select Having It All. From there, you can access all the episodes, see the show notes, learn about my guests, and more. Second, I am very excited to announce that my brand new website is live. Visit MatthewBivens.com and you can learn more about me, get plugged into an accountability group, and pick up some free content like the Abundance Benchmark. I am all about helping you not only identify what your ideal life looks like, but also helping you on your journey towards it. I want you to experience more abundance and love in your life. So, again, you can find out more information about all of that great stuff at MatthewBivens.com. Thank you once more for listening to the show, and here is to you having it all.
When you download the Kroger app, you have easy access to savings every day. Get the most out of weekly sales and receive personalized coupons to save on your favorite items, all while earning 1 fuel point for every $1 spent. Kroger makes it easy to save while you shop, whether it's in-store or online, so you get the most value out of every trip, every time. Download the Kroger app now to save big on your next purchase. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Must have a digital account to redeem offers. Restrictions may apply. See site for details.